Hey guys, welcome to my review of Generation Zero. Generation Zero is an open world first person shooter survival game set in 1980s alternate Sweden. It was developed by Avalanche Studios. It was released in March 2019 with average reviews, and since then there's been a few updates. It's currently out for the Xbox, PS4 and PC. You can play it solo or play with 3 other people online. I played this game for 29 hours, and in this review I'm going to be talking about the story, graphics, sound and gameplay, and give my thoughts and impressions mainly at the end. After World War II, Sweden was in the economic boom, but they had to make deals with Hitler coming out of the war unscathed. They heavily invested in the defence to protect the borders. Over the years they were preparing for the invasion from the east. Every man, woman and child was drilled to be ready for the war, knowing exactly what to do and where to go when the siren sounded, to offer resistance at all times in all situations. You play as a teenager coming back from a trip with your mates. As you return, you both get some hit by a projectile fired from shore. You don't know what fired at you and why. You manage to get to shore injured but alive. You notice that the locals have disappeared and hostile machines of unknown origin roam the streets. You must fight to survive to unravel the mystery of what's going on. So I was playing this on an i7 3.4 GHz with a GeForce GTX 1070 graphics card, and it ran pretty well. Most of the graphics settings was on ultra and just 2 on high. Some of the environments within the game look really pretty, especially when the sun's shining through the trees. I do like it when it's foggy as well, it's quite atmospheric. Also when it rains, we haven't really encountered it that often. There's a day and night cycle in this game and I really liked it. The textures of the machine look decent up front as well. The textures within the interior environments are very basic. The objects within the environment will feel a bit copy and pasted if you go to other interiors. There are 3 main sounds that stand out here: the machines, the weapons and the soundtrack. The machine sounds decent and believable, exactly how you would imagine it to be, with each type making its own distinct noise. For example, the tick, when it's growling, sounds similar to the predator, or when a seeker's flying around scanning things. All the weapons that I've used so far and shot with sound really good, especially the shotgun. It sounds really meaty. I love hearing the echo after firing it. I love the launching of the flares and firecrackers going off. It has the 80s sci-fi vibe to the soundtrack and it really works well with this game. There are nice booms and synthesizer stuff with that creepy and mysterious atmosphere. The voice acting so far is pretty decent and not too corny. There's the option for Swedish as well if you want that. Also I love ringing the bell on the bike, it's so fun. The main gameplay in this game is travelling across the island, visiting mission points and completing objectives. Along the way you'll be unlocking safe houses where you can store items and use the recycling and consumable crafting stations. Dotted around within vehicle homes and bunkers, and within certain areas you will sometimes find first aid kits, ammo, weapons and clothing, and a bunch of other different items. Killing machines and completing missions and visiting areas will give you experience points, in which the player will level up and gain skill points that can be used to enhance the combat, support, survival and tech skills. So when you run across the map, there's a handy compass displayed at the top of the screen. This is really useful. This displays the mission objectives amongst other things. So when you visit a new area, you see weapons, collectibles, loot and world missions displayed. You'll also receive experience points. So far we unlocked several safe houses and been to a few new places. They're quite varied but at the same time quite the same. I do like running around the residential areas and going through the countryside. I think it's one of the main aspects of the game that I like. There's a few things you can interact with within the environment. You can open and close doors and pick locks, switch on and off the lights and blow stuff up. Just be careful with the flames though. The quickest way to travel across the map is to use the fast travel option. You can only use it if you unlock the safe house, and when you die you can spawn to any of the safe houses. Most of the time me and my mate travels on foot, so you'll be collecting a lot of stuff in this game. Please bear in mind that collecting a lot of stuff will stump your running speed. There are bike stations dotted around the map. In co-op you have to sit on the one that you spawn and not your mates. Controlling the bikes might be difficult at first, as you can see here. Maybe we're just crap at riding bikes.
I mean, why would the bike feel like this, lad? It's like they just didn't even bother to try. 3 times before I died.
Oh my gosh.
We also tried swimming in this game, but you just get respawned back to land. Also there's invisible barriers to block you.
Just blocks you.
From the very beginning you find a pistol and a baseball bat, and then later shotties, rifles, SMGs, snipers, and then other weapons. You can only equip 2 primary weapons on the secondary. Each weapon have different stats for damage, handling and rate of fire. All weapons and attachments are star graded. Some weapons can use different attachments, and some weapons can use different ammo types. Also, you can assign 4 items to the item slots. For example, health packs, flares, EMPs, explosives, distractors and traps, and many more. Another feature that I like about this game is when you damage an enemy's weapons, armor, or sensory equipment, it's permanent. It will bear the scars until you see them again, which is kind of unique for this type of game, as many games don't do this.
Shocking to the ass.
There are a variety of machines to take down. There are ticks that are like little robots, seekers, flying machines with beeping noises, runners that are like dogs, hunters that are tall robots, and then this big meaty guy called the tank, which you don't want to fight head on, and this is the reason why. After killing the machine, you can loot them. If you're down or a friend's down, you can be revived with an adrenaline shot. Just make sure you're in cover when you revive someone, and don't be like a noob like me here.
No, I've got to revive. Oh, shh.
Sometimes you can sneak around the enemies without being detected. You can lure out the robots with music, which I really like. An enemy indicator will be displayed if you're close to an enemy, showing which direction it's in. If you are detected, a combat encounter message is displayed. At this moment, you can use different distractors like flares and fireworks.
See one enemy there.
Since me and my friend plays hard mode, we tend to stay a distance and snipe. I feel that one of the main strengths of this game is the combat, and it feels really good and satisfying when you take down the machines and then loot them afterwards. So I'm going to quickly run through the additional stuff. So you can customise characters, do little challenges, and a nice camera mode where you can take pictures. So we encountered a few bugs in this game, and I'm not too sure if the updates have fixed this, just to make you aware of these bugs. Overall, I really enjoyed my time playing this game. I like playing with mates in co-op, I like scavenging for ammo and tiptoeing around the enemies in tense moments. I find the combat to be involving and gripping, but the story I'm not too bothered, I think. I do like the tone of the game and the style. It had that feeling where you live in a world where you fight robots. Though really the copy and paste environments don't really make it believable and feels very lazy, but I understand because it's an open world and they need to fill it up. The gameplay might get a bit repetitive later on, just fighting robots and then going from point A to B, but I'm okay with it. So if you want a robot killing frenzy game with an open world, I think this game will suit you. Just imagine Terminator in a Silent Hill setting. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to playing more of it, really, just complete it and then play the bad expansions later. I think it's worth playing with mates, not really in solo, I reckon. There was a time that I did a server and these other people joined in. Pity I didn't have any footage, but yeah, it was fun, just tag along with the 2 people. So if you want to join me on this, then yeah, by all means buy it and then join me. The game is currently on Steam for £21.49. There's a few DLCs for weapons and there's a DLC for an unexplored island. So if you're interested, just go check it out. So that wraps it up for this review. If you liked it, please give me a like. Also, please leave a comment if there's anything that I should improve on in this video. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. Take care and stay safe, peeps, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.